Every single morning, millions of cat owners across America do something they genuinely believe is an act of love. They walk to the kitchen, they open a cabinet, they fill a bowl, and they have absolutely no idea that what they're doing is slowly, quietly destroying the two organs their cat cannot live without. The heartbreaking part? The cat purrs. The cat eats. The cat seems completely fine, and that's exactly why this is so dangerous. Because by the time your cat starts showing you something is wrong, the damage has already been happening for months, sometimes years, deep inside the body where you can't see it, where even a routine vet visit won't catch it until it's far too late. Veterinary nephrologists, the specialists who study kidney and liver disease in cats, have been raising alarms about this for over a decade. Internal studies from feline research centers show that the number one cause of premature death in domestic cats in the United States is not accidents, not infections, not cancer. It is chronic organ failure that was entirely preventable. And the root cause traces back, again and again, to choices made at feeding time. If your cat is between the ages of 1 and 15, if they eat every single day, which of course they do then, what you're about to read applies to your cat right now, today, not in the future. Not someday. Right now, their organs are either being protected or damaged based on what's sitting in their bowl. 1. Feeding them like a human. Cats are obligate carnivores. Their entire metabolic system is architecturally designed around animal protein and animal moisture. Their bodies have no biological pathway to efficiently process high carbohydrate foods. Yet the most popular dry cat food brands in America are loaded with corn, rice, wheat, and potato starch filler carbohydrates that force the liver to process glucose loads it was never designed to handle, triggering the slow kidney inflammation that veterinary researchers now link directly to chronic kidney disease, which affects an estimated 30 to 40% of cats over the age of 10. You have to flip the bag over and read the first 5 ingredients. If anything other than a named animal protein appears in the first 2 slots, your cat's kidneys are processing something they were never meant to handle every single day of their life. 2. Ignoring chronic dehydration. Cats evolved in desert environments and got most of their hydration from prey. A mouse is approximately 70% water. As a result, their thirst drive is biologically suppressed, meaning they won't feel thirsty until they're already mildly dehydrated. Dry kibble contains only about 10% moisture, and the cat's suppressed thirst drive simply cannot compensate for that deficit. When the kidneys don't get enough water, waste products sit in the kidney tubules longer than they should, causing inflammation and eventually scarring. Once kidney cells scar, they are gone permanently. They do not regenerate. The kidney your cat has today is the best kidney they will ever have. 3. Toxic treats. Most commercial cat treats contain propylene glycol, and ethoxyquin preservatives that the cat's liver must filter out every single time they are consumed. A cat's liver is small and its detoxification enzymes are far less robust than those in dogs or humans. Cats actually lack certain liver enzymes entirely, which is why medications safe for humans can be fatally toxic to cats. When artificial ingredient treats are given daily for months and years, the liver compensates until one day it simply can't anymore. And hepatic lipidosis and inflammatory liver disease are among the most commonly diagnosed conditions in middle-aged and senior cats as a direct result. 4. The twice-a-day feeding trap. In the wild, cats make 8 to 16 small prey catches over 24 hours, keeping blood glucose gently and consistently stable. When you feed one large meal twice a day, especially carbohydrate-rich dry food, you create dramatic glucose spikes followed by long fasting valleys. Over months and years, the insulin receptors in the liver and muscle tissue begin to desensitize, following the exact same pathway that leads to type 2 diabetes in humans. Feline diabetes has increased by over 18% in the last decade, and for many of those cats, The condition was a slow-motion consequence of a feeding schedule nobody ever warned their owner about. 5. The dirty water bowl. Plastic water bowls develop microscopic scratches that harbor bacteria and biofilm within hours. Cats have highly sensitive whiskers and an acute sense of smell. Many will refuse to drink from a contaminated bowl even when thirsty, making an already poor hydration situation dramatically worse. Cats also instinctively prefer running water over still water because in nature, still water signals contamination. Switching to a stainless steel or ceramic flowing fountain dramatically increases voluntary water consumption, and veterinary studies show measurable improvements in daily water intake within the first week, a clinically meaningful intervention for any cat at risk of kidney disease. On food, transition your cat toward wet food or a combination of wet and dry. Aim for wet food that lists a named animal protein: chicken, turkey, salmon, duck as the first ingredient, with no corn, wheat, soy, or potato in the first 5. Even replacing one dry meal per day with a quality wet food measurably improves kidney hydration load. On treats, read every label. Avoid anything containing bar, burt, ethoxyquin, propylene glycol, or artificial flavors as a listed ingredient. Freeze-dried single-ingredient treats: pure chicken, pure salmon, pure turkey give your cat the reward experience without the liver burden. On feeding frequency, if your schedule allows, divide your cat's daily food into 3 or 4 smaller servings rather than 2 large ones. If you work long hours, an automatic feeder with portion control can do this effortlessly, and it is one of the most metabolically protective changes you can make. On water, replace any plastic bowl immediately. Switch to stainless steel or ceramic. If your cat is a reluctant drinker, invest in a quality circulating fountain. Place water sources away from the food bowl. Cats instinctively avoid water that is near where prey has been killed, which in their mind is where their food bowl sits. On monitoring, learn to do a simple skin turgor test at home. Gently pinch the skin at the back of your cat's neck and release it. In a well-hydrated cat, the skin snaps back immediately. If it takes more than a second to return to position, your cat is showing signs of dehydration and deserves a vet conversation that day, not next month. Every person who has ever made these mistakes was doing it from a place of complete love. Nobody fills their cat's bowl intending to damage their kidneys. These mistakes persist because the pet food industry has spent billions making the wrong choices look like the right ones, and because cats are stoic animals who will not show you they are suffering until the damage is already severe. The cat in your home right now is trusting you completely. They cannot read an ingredient label, choose a better water bowl, or tell you their kidneys are struggling. But you can choose for them today, with small and affordable changes that protect the organs they need to live a long, healthy life beside you. Cats fed correctly with adequate hydration can live well into their late teens and even early 20s. That possibility starts with what you put in their bowl tonight.